Hey everybody, I am the Amanda Rogers and welcome to my YouTube channel. So I started reading something recently, and that would be Death Note. Shout out to my coworker who actually has all of the Death Note manga and has lent them to me so that I can actually read it. I have never watched the anime. I've only seen what's shown up on my For You page and stuff like that, so I've kind of pieced together some stuff. Not as much as I thought, apparently. So basically, this is going to be my first impression of Death Note, I guess, and the first volume. Spoilers for Death Note, by the way. Yeah. So Light is the main character, and he finds the Death Note of a god of death, Ryuk. I think that's how you say his name. This is our main character, Light, and this is Ryuk. Basically, when you write in the note, or write in the notebook, the name of somebody that you know the face of, if you don't specify exactly how they die within a certain time limit, then they will just naturally die of a heart attack. Well, I guess not naturally, but they will die of a heart attack. Light is a senior, I believe, in high school, and he is very smart, planning on going to be in the police academy, I believe. And he decides that he is going to make a utopia with the Death Note by getting rid of all the evil people in the world. And also by getting rid of the evil people, then it deters people from doing evil things. Basically, that's his thought process, or as far as I understand it, I guess. So Light's been using the notebook to kill off criminals. He was just killing them off by heart attacks. And all over the world, hundreds of criminals are suddenly dying by cardiac arrest. So the entire police force in like all of the countries and stuff are coming together and trying to figure this out. They do have access to this mysterious guy named L, who it works on cases that like are super mysterious and stuff like that. They don't know what he looks like. They don't know who he is. They only have one guy that is in connection with him. And they also, even though he's in person, they don't know what he looks like and don't really know who he is either. So I don't really know how that all came about. I'm not going to question it. I know who L is or looks like because I've seen stuff for Death Note before, so going through this, they're trying to hide his identity and stuff in the first manga, and it's really funny to me because I know exactly what he looks like and everything. They land on the fact that it is a serial killer that's taking care of all of the criminals, so the whole world is kind of split on whether it's good or bad, because it's still killing people, it's still murder, but for bad people. So it's like, is it good? Is it bad? You know, but either way, the police have to find out what is happening. They end up dubbing the killer as Kyra, I believe is how you say it, Kira. And so Kyra is on the loose, killing people, and so the police are trying to track everything down. Elle figures out that the killer has to be in Japan because it started with Japanese criminals. And then he also notes that the timing of how it all happens, because in the beginning, Light wasn't writing when they would be dying or exactly how they would be dying or anything. So everyone was dying by heart attack recently after getting their name written in the book. So by lining up all the times of death and everything, he figures out that the killer has to be a student. It would match up with their school days. He also makes a move to do this public broadcast. Basically, they have someone come on, say their name is whatever it was. You think that it's L himself in the beginning, and then so he says his name, and then he starts talking to, this is like a broadcast to Kyra, like basically saying, I know, like, I'm going to figure you out, blah 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 blah, taunting him. And so Light takes the bait and he kills he writes the person's name in the notebook on while the broadcast is happening. And so the person dies. And then you hear L's speaking over the audio, and you find out that that actually wasn't L, but that was a criminal. So like his streak isn't broken. He was on death row and he was going to be killed within this hour anyways. So he just took care of that basically. That tested his theory. Exactly. You just needed to see who it is and know their name to be able to kill them, and you can kill them at any point in time and everything like that. So Elle is figuring it out, and like kind of took the bait, but then you find out kind of that he did it on purpose, and he's doing things like he's really, really, really smart. And so he's doing all these things to like hook them and then throw them off. So I feel like it's going to be interesting to see the back and forth going between those two characters. There's a lot to it, even in just the first manga. So I'm excited to read the rest. This was hilarious. It's really funny that the whole thing started because of boredom. And I think that's the name of the first chapter is called Boredom. Because Ryuk was bored in his Shingami realm, because the Shingami really don't need to do anything. They just like hang out in their realm, and Light is bored as a human. And so when he finds the notebook, they come together, and now they are not as bored, I guess. I was cracking up while reading this. The first thing that made me laugh actually was the fact that Light is not scared or like bothered at all by seeing this Shingami. No one else but Light can see Ryuk unless they touch the death note. It's kind of funny the way that Ryuk just like follows him around. He'll just be like walking down the street and Ryuk is just like hovering over him. So this panel is supposed to be super dramatic. We find out that Light's father is the police commissioner, and then it immediately goes to this panel, and I was laughing so hard because look at Ryuk. Look at how he's just standing over them. It's so funny to me. And Light is the only one that knows he's there, and he's just like awkwardly hovering over them. This panel made me laugh so hard. The way, look at, like, he's just like looking out the window, being all like, I don't even know, ethereal, I guess. And then Ryuk is looking at him eating an apple. Like, it gives me like, draw me like one of your French girls vibes. And it's so funny to me. I don't know, that there's some, like, the comedic timing is just perfect for me. I think it's funny. And I know there's supposed to be a lot more to this. There is going to be a lot more to this. I believe there's 12 volumes in this manga. So far, I think it's really funny. I think it's really good. There's like this mystery about it. I don't know everything about this story, obviously. So it's going to be a good, what is going to happen next for me. Ryuk seems like he's just going to be really funny, comedic timing. Also, definitely adds a little bit of like, when there are panels where he's just like close up and you're just like, that's Ryuk. But then he'll do stuff like, that just made me laugh so hard. He's like throwing up the deuces, like, I think it's good so far. So far, 10 out of 10. I want to watch the anime after I read the manga, so, because I don't want to get anything spoiled for me. So that's my first impressions and I guess review of the first volume of Death Note. Really good. I suggest picking it up if you want some little suspense, some drama, a little comedic timing, I think. If you haven't watched the anime, then it's suspenseful because obviously if you watch the anime, you probably know what happens. If you guys have more manga or fan fictions or animes or stuff like that you want me to check out, let me know. I hope you guys have a good morning, evening, afternoon, noon, or night, whenever you find this video. I'll see you guys on TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, wherever you want to find me. I'll see you guys there. Bye!